Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick, and today I've got a bit of a trade recap for you. My previous video was on GU here. I talked about this trade that I was in. So I got into the trade down here, right on this candle wick here, and I was looking to take it to the previous highs. So the highs being around these equal highs that were sitting around here. So that was potentially that was a 150 pip move, and potentially I was looking at another 200 pip move. So that's what I was looking at yesterday. I did say I'll give you guys an update on how this played out. So here's the update. So basically, got into it here, got into it here, and in recording the video, I think we were sitting about 50 pips. So we're round about here, right? It did shoot up to 57 pips. And I did say I had taken partials, and you saw me on the video move my stop loss just below this wick here. So I think I had about 1 pip risk. I already took partials, and I was leaving the runner to see how it played out. So got about when it got up to here to this imbalance here, I knew I was going to get a little bit of a kickback. This imbalance candle, I knew I was going to get a bit of a kickback, so I did take some more size off here, and I think I had about 0.1 or 0.2 to leave it to continue up to see if we could get those highs that I mentioned. So what ended up happening, I think there was news release actually. Yeah, there was interest rate decisions on GU yesterday, and it ended up pulling down and stopping me out. So that was my stop loss here. Price came all the way down and stopped me out. Yeah. So now it's interesting because the news release, I think the UK government increased their interest rate by 0.5%, which is in line with what everyone else did. So I don't know why that would have caused for the currency to sell off at all. It didn't make no sense to me, but it is what it is, and that's the problem in trading these longer moves, because any news catalyst could work in your favor or against you. Even though it is positive news for GU, it still came against GU and took me out here. So it made no sense, but it is what it is. And this is why I initially scalped the move and reduced my risk by placing my stop loss. So that's what happened with that move. And I'm quite happy with. I did take another scalp here when it was bouncing around here in consolidation. I did take another scalp here. I'm quite happy. I did manage my risk accordingly. So that's one thing. If you're going to take these longer moves, you need to manage your risk accordingly. And the reason is, well, this. So if you have a look here, this is my entry, and price traded all the way down and came down to 143 pips underneath my entry. So if I had just held it blindly, or just was stubborn, not getting out of the position when I did, I could have lost 140 pips. I did say in my previous video that price had the potential to pull down more into that higher demand, higher time frame demand, but I did not expect it to do so aggressively based on good news. So this is the demand it is in currently now. This is the demand zone it is currently now. And it could turn around here. It should turn around here because there's a big imbalance here. It should consolidate here and try to fill some of this and potentially continue up and complete the move that I wanted. It could do that, but if it doesn't, if it gets underneath this low here, we're looking at a possible downtrend now. So if it gets underneath this low here, looking at selling opportunities to take price from this low here down to this new demand here, or the previous demand, which is 120 pips down. So this demand here. So just draw that out so I can remember. That's what key areas I'm going to be looking at in the future. There's a demand zone just here on the higher time frame. So I'll look for price to enter there. And from there, so I could either take it down to there, I could ride price down to there, or wait for it to get there and gives me a reversal sign, and I'll take it up from there. So that's potentially what I'll do in the future. It depends on when this gets there, because I don't plan on trading during the Christmas holiday. So we'll see what goes on. So that's what happened on GU. That was the quick update as promised you guys. What's interesting is the move that we were looking at on GU is very similar to the similar situation to the Euro USD pair, right? And this move actually worked out. So unfortunately, I backed the wrong horse. I end up doing this occasionally. So this would have been the demand. Hold on. So price pulled down here. This is the candle that pushed it up. This is the daily candle that pushed it up. So we're looking at this as our demand, right? So support and resistance, roughly around here. There's a few support and resistance zones there. Yeah, there you go. That's where price reacted. So it reacted from this support and resistance line here on the wick as it pulled into this demand zone here. And what it eventually did was the actual move that I wanted. It was the move that I wanted on GU. So this is what happens occasionally. You know, you back the wrong course. So this is the move. Let me just zoom out so you can see the support and resistance. So it is in demand. There you go. Here's the demand that created the new high. Price had pulled into it, and if you scroll over to the left, there you go. It reacted from this high, this previous resistance here. So I get it there. So as it pulled to fill this imbalance, it hit that previous high, which acted as support, if you like, and prices started moving up. But previous to that, it actually reacted before that. So it pulled down, ran all these equal lows, hit that imbalance, and from there it shot up 128 pips into deeper into the higher time frame supply zone. And from there, actually I should show you this because it went exactly where I wanted it to go in terms of to sell off back from. I was not in the move because I actually got in the move. Well, I didn't get the total move because I got into the move a bit prematurely. I got into the move quite early, so I didn't get the full move. And it was a really, really decent move. So I'm a little bit upset about that, but it is what it is. So I'll draw out the supply, show you quickly what happened with Euro. So again, I mean, you can see it is applicable on any pair. It's not just limited to GU or Forex. This is a massive zone. Okay, no, that's what we're looking at. Okay, so this is our zone. I'm gonna go to H1 and I'll show you where my entry would have been based on that zone. If I can find it. Okay, so here's our zone. So again, it's a bit of support and resistance again in terms of the entry. Let's just zoom in a little bit more. And I'll explain to you why this is a key area. So we're in our supply zone that sold off, right? And here you can see this is a big imbalance here. So we're looking for price to enter there to fill this imbalance, which is essentially getting the remaining orders here and then potentially reverse. So what price did was aggressively buy into this imbalance, and then it sold off because that was its agenda. You know, sometimes price has an agenda, we don't know what it is, but if you do read supply and demand, you can see roughly where you can expect the turnaround. So this is where I wanted the entry from, just here, right? Based on this imbalance. This is the candle. I wanted it to be filled, right? So once it got to there, typically I would enter there and trade it down, and I show you how it played out. So let's go back to current price. As you can see, this is my entry here. Price hit the wick. It drew down, gave us a drawdown of about 13 pips, and then it reversed and went all the way down to 130 pips. So if I was actually aware on the higher time frame where it was heading, I wasn't paying attention, to be honest. I was on the school run and I caught this move late. I actually had an entry here. I'll show you my entry, my execution, so you can see. So I caught an entry here. I took a lot of drawdown. So I caught an entry here because I thought it was going to react to this supply. That's where it was headed. I took a massive amount of drawdown, so I didn't have a lot of size on it. So luckily I was able to hold the move because I believe I knew where it was heading, and I believed it was going to come back because it felt like it was just pumping up to hit that price. Then it was going to bring it down, which I was right. I scalped the move. I should have held it, and I would have got about 75 pips if I held it. The reason I did not hold it any longer than here, so let me just zoom in so you can see exactly what I mean. So I entered here and I exited here. The reason I didn't hold it any longer is because when it passed this supply, I should have been in that move. I should have been out. So I didn't want to hold a move that I was potentially wrong on. So as soon as it got back into my favor, it made sense to get out as soon as possible rather than holding it to see if I was wrong. So I ended up being right. I took some money from that move, so quite happy with it. It's a shame that I didn't read this earlier, but it is what it is because I was busy. I was away from the charts, so I couldn't really trade it effectively on my phone. So that's what happened with price. GU didn't play out how I wanted it to. Euro played out how I wanted it to, but I didn't hold the move and my entry was too early. So that's what happened with that move. I have done some trades this morning. I've done my basic trades. I did a move some from demand here, and I think for now, as price is just consolidating and it's slowing down, I think all the major news catalysts have gone. I think price is just going to slow down, maybe consolidate. So I'm not really looking to trade too often now. I think I'm done for the day, and that's why I am now releasing this video instead of trading. So I'll walk you through the trade I did this morning. So demand here pushes up, Asian session here, it took it from here and pushed up. So that created a demand here. So I'll draw that out for you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So from this low here to this previous high, that's our zone. That's where the price consolidated and broke out from, right? It entered and broke here again. So we're looking for price to come back here and show us signs of reversing or signs it wants to go back up. So on the London session open, it printed in the direction, it printed the candle in the direction that I wanted it to. So here, I got in here and I just scalped it there for a quick 4-5 pips there. I should have held it because I believe it's going to try to fill this imbalance, which is doing now. But I felt I've overtraded in the last few days, so I didn't really want to hold it too long. So that could be 14 pips. It looks like it's playing out like that, and it may go there. There are some equal highs here. So if I was in this move, that's where I would be targeting. So if I got that entry from there, I should be looking at a 25 pip move. So if I did play that, 25 pips in one day is more than enough. So another reason I'm mentioning this in this video is because it's a reminder to myself. This is what I want to be doing. I'm looking for 2 trades a day. I'm only looking for 10 pips a day, and moving forward, that's what I'm working towards, because I believe that is more consistent and more sustainable than trying to catch reversal moves and so on and getting caught up in all sorts of drawdown and all sorts of news catalysts. So I'm looking for simple moves like this, 10 pips a day, using maybe 50% of my buying power, and in a month I'll be able to complete a 5%ers trading level. So that's my plan, especially moving forwards for the new year. And that's as simple as I want to keep it. 10 pips a day, that's my approach, and hopefully it gives me some consistency and I could, continue becoming consistently profitable rather than just profitable. That's not enough. I need to be consistent. So that's it really. I just wanted to show you what happened on the previous trade and showed you what I got up to this morning, and I'm going to wrap it up. This is the last video for the week. I am traveling next week, so I'll probably be a bit busy. So it will be probably in the new year you hear from me. So for everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the new year. This is Patrick, and until next time, signing out. Peace.